Alright, what is up everyone? So today I'm going to just run you through a little bit of shoulder rehab stuff, as I've been dealing with a weird right shoulder issue that's just been persisting a little bit too long. So I originally, I wouldn't even say hurt it, but just had some little niggle pop up after I did a set of dumbbell flies one day. And I didn't really feel anything during it, but the next day I had this very weird pain running sort of through my right shoulder and like deep underneath my bicep. And ever since then I haven't been able to do like a straight bar bench press all the way down from a full, like I guess through a full range of motion. So that's been a little bit annoying, but I've been able to overhead press fine. As you can see there, I hit 50 kilo for an overhead behind the neck press. I think I got 9 reps there, and then coming into a lat pull down, I had a tiny bit of awareness here in the right shoulder, but no dramas at all. So I pushed my way through that. But yeah, just been staying away from pretty much all dumbbell horizontal pressing and barbell horizontal pressing. I am, as we get through the video, you'll see I am able to do a neutral grip Swiss bar bench. So I'm using the Kabuki Cadillac bar for that. And I'm able to get through that without a drama at all. So I've just been working around it for a little bit, and hopefully soon I'll be able to keep lowering the bar closer to my chest again with a straight bar, and hopefully starting to build up the volume again. So as you can see here, lat pull downs, really pushing my way through them. So on all of these exercises I'm trying to go pretty close to failure, if not to it. So yeah, Cadillac bar here, just a warm-up set, just to gauge, to see how it feels with the shoulder, and just trying to get some good bar speed happening. As I spoke in the previous video, I really want to hit some good bar speed on my warm-up sets. But usually when I do this as like a secondary exercise on my training day, so obviously overhead press or behind the neck press was my main exercise on this day. It's more of an accessory day for me. I was trying to really use that as my main movement, and then as I'm getting into this, it's more about just hitting a couple of smooth warm-up sets and getting straight into it, because I don't need it as a warm-up per se, but more of a movement prep. So 80 kilos here, felt absolutely fine on the shoulder. I find this bar way harder than a straight bar bench press, A, because I get more range of motion, B, because I actually have my hands in a tiny bit closer than I would on a straight bar as well. So it's more of a close grip bench press, and also the neutral grip position and the wider bar makes it a lot more unstable. So my wrists, elbows, shoulders are all working really hard to stabilize that bar. So comparatively to a bench press, I'm not able to lift as much for the same amount of reps, but pushed it here to 11 reps. So as I said, really unstable, and towards the end I almost feel like it's partially a limiting factor for this movement. But you get that with all free weight movements to an extent anyway. So still feel it a lot through my chest, a lot through my triceps, which I'm really happy about. And obviously no shoulder pain, which is also a plus. So in terms of progressing this, I've been following a dynamic double progression protocol. So essentially I'll hit a top end rep range. Once I get it, I'll add weight. And then for the subsequent sets, I'll pretty much keep them progressing on a week-to-week basis as an individual set. So if, for example, my first set I hit, so my top end at the moment for this is 12 reps. If I hit 12 reps on my first set, I'll go up the following week. If I don't hit it on the second set, I'll keep it the same. And again for the third set, if I hit it, I go up. If I don't, I keep it the same. And if you go too heavy early on, you'll find that you just bottom out way too quickly, and you might have to drop the weight back, because the whole idea with this is to keep your rep range in a pretty close proximity. So you might see if someone does like 80 kilos for 4 sets, they might hit 11, 9, 7 and 4 perhaps, just as a guide. Whereas with this method, you're dropping weight down on your subsequent sets, and then you're keeping reps fairly similar across the board. So you're trying to keep them within a tighter range. So this is my final set. I was hoping I could hit 12 here, but I'm pretty sure I hit 11. So yeah, going to keep the weights the same across the board for next week, and hopefully we can go up and hit a heavier weight the following week. But the thing I do like about this is the progression is based off how your body adapts to the movement. You're not just adding weight each week, trying to grind out more and more and more every single week. Whereas, as I said, this, you're just adapting to the load, and then as you add a rep organically, you're going to go up in weight just as a byproduct. So they're my main movements for the day. Now I move on to a bit of isolation work just to round myself out a bit, because as I might make a video down the line about my training goals, but one of my goals has been to bring up my upper body. This probably lasts 12 weeks now. I'm into about the 12th week of this training program, and yeah, trying to bring up the upper body. So doing plenty of bicep and tricep work, a bit of extra shoulder work as well, amongst the pressing and pulling work that I'm doing for chest and back. So bicep curls here, I've been enjoying these on the cable machine recently. I feel it a lot through my biceps, so that's been really good. And yeah, just trying to take most of these fairly close to failure, if not all the way there. With the single joint or isolation work, you can definitely push these a lot harder and get away with it from a recovery standpoint. Especially with squatting, for me, I don't tend to push it very hard in I guess a reps in reserve failure or to failure method. So yeah, I just like to keep a little bit more in the tank on that, especially deadlifting as well. All that stuff is causes a lot of fatigue. Yeah, same with bench press. I could probably take that a bit closer to failure than I would a squat or a deadlift, but don't tend to push it all the way there compared to, say, these isolation exercises. So coming in now, triceps. So again, been hitting triceps 3 days a week. I'll do 2 days where I'm doing triceps with my shoulders in a flexed position, so basically an overhead triceps extension variation, whether that be a skull crusher, or the other one I've been doing is my back to this machine with the rope over my head. Those have been awesome. I'm also doing a day with these tricep press downs as well, but the reason I do the other 2 days is because I bring the long head of the tricep into the game a little bit more, whereas this is mostly going to be like your short head tricep work. So if we can really stretch the arms overhead, we're going to hit the long head of the triceps more. So also hitting some calves here, because I don't tend to do it on my lower body days. If I was going to do it on my lower body days, I'd probably do it at the start, but from a time standpoint, it's a lot more efficient for me to put it here. So I'm doing calves here. This is an awesome bent knee calf raise variation that I've come up with on the cable machine, because I don't have an actual calf raise machine other than sort of putting my feet on a block and doing it standing. So this has been a really nice way to keep things pretty stable and push my calves, especially that deeper soleus muscle, really, really hard. But it's weird when people try to differentiate between gastroc and soleus. You're never working one or the other. You're always going to work both to an extent. It's just that perhaps maybe you're going to preferentially hit one over the other. And then finishing off with a little bit of forearm work more so. Still training biceps, but a little bit of extra forearm work with reverse curls. So just started doing these a little bit more. I was doing a bunch of hammer curls, and I've been really enjoying the barbell variation of reverse curls. So that's pretty much the session. I hit 4 sets for the first 2 exercises in a superset fashion, and then 3 sets for everything else. So yeah, ran through that, had a really good time. I've been enjoying training a lot at the moment, so I'm going to keep persisting with it, and I've made some good progress, especially following that dynamic double progression model on a couple of my main lifts. So I'm going to keep sticking with that for now, and hopefully I can keep documenting a bit of progress along the way. Thank you for watching.